Hello. Welcome to the stream. Today we have a celebrity in our midst. We have Doggo. This one is Sylvie. Oh, she heard her name. Here, hang on. This is Sylvie. She's a silver lab and she likes to blend into my pillows. Oh, I think I hear my other dog. Yep, here she is. This is Sasha. She is a Belgian Terverin and she's a menace to society. Whereas Sylvie back there, she's just a sweetheart. And back to me, the decidedly less interesting thing than the dogs. Anyways, they're here to hang out with us today. Sylvie is just a little bean, so. Yeah. So today I'm going to be working on some more Drawfee fan art. And sorry, I'm distracted for a second. Yeah, working on more Drawfee fan art. I had hoped to get the base colors done for this one on the last stream, but I wasn't feeling good, so I cut it off after doing, ta-da! After working on Julia in her Eugene inspired outfit. Stream before that, I was able to get both Karina and Jacob's like base colors in. But yeah, so I want to start with working on Nathan and see how far I get. Unfortunately, I'm also not feeling super great today. So it's possible that would be all I do, but if I feel okay enough to keep going, I'll finish this and then I will go ahead and start working on some of the shading. So yeah, that's the plan. Gonna start with this. One thing that is gonna be a little bit like not difficult exactly, but it's gonna take a bit, I guess, is oops, sorry. I'm a mess. Anyways, one thing that's gonna take a little bit of time is that I want to draw in like a similar pattern to this on the like jumpsuit that I've made. But it's not particularly complex and it's like, you know, big shapes. So it shouldn't be too much effort, but it will make it where this one takes a little longer. But that's fine. It's, aside from that, it's not a very complicated look. You know, and then his was already very fashion, the way that he drew stuff, which is very funny because, you know, from everything that I've seen on Drawfee, Nathan doesn't really like know how to draw fashion-y things, but then he'll draw stuff that is like genuinely really cool. And I feel like this is one of those where essentially turning the like romper into a jumpsuit and then keeping the big coat, and then I had it like popped off his shoulders and stuff. Like that alone is very, you know, fashion-y and stuff, so I feel like that's like his was just a very easy one to turn into a fashion-y look. I mean, I don't think any of them were like hard exactly, because they do all have such good designs. But yeah, so hopefully this one, hopefully the colors will turn out nice, which they should because I'm using the colors from the original art, and those are very nice. which is what I've been trying to do with all of them, is kind of keep it in the same colors, or at least the same like general colors, I guess. I really like this green. It's like such a nice, like, you know, slightly grayish tone, and I always like kind of gray greens. It's actually, not that you can see it, but our living room is kind of this color. Because it's just a nice color. I feel like, you know, most of the house is normal colors. And then my room, as you can see if I turn the camera like any direction, is like a bunch of colors, you know? So like, here, let me turn it this way too. You can see it's got like purples and all that. Cause I need bright stuff around me, I guess. So my room is wild. Oops. I used to have it painted. I did like essentially like copied the illustrations, the original illustrations from Alice in Wonderland, and I had those on each wall. Well, selections of those, I guess, because there's a lot of them. So like the wall that I'm facing used to have Alice with the Red Queen and the White Queen. On the wall over there was the Alice looking up at the Cheshire Cat. The wall behind me used to have the Mad Hatter. And then the wall over there used to have her cat. And then I also used to have like, I'm blanking right now, but like the little divider thing like along the wall. I cannot for the life of me remember what that's called. But I used to have that, and so the top half of the room was all of the like classic Alice in Wonderland art, and then the bottom half of the room was like my own original art based on Alice in Wonderland. So it was kind of split up. So like I know I had like the Red Queen and the king as well. I had, what did I have? I had like roses of, you know, various states of being painted red, and then like paint buckets that were spilled underneath them. I had like a chessboard kind of pattern, like that checker pattern. Yeah. So it was kind of just like a fun thing that I had for a long time, and I had quotes from the original book alongside the original illustrations, and because whenever I do a room, I go crazy with it. That's my mom's fault, because when I was little, she painted my room to like be ocean themed, but like she went wild with it. So like she had it where it was mostly ocean, and there was just like maybe like a foot and a half that was like the sky above, and then in between she did like sponge painting to make it look like it was all waves that were tossed and stuff. And so there was like a few details above that, like there was some dolphins that were jumping, and there was like a boat, but the rest of it was painted to be like under the water. So there was like schools of fish, and I think there was a crab somewhere. There was, what else was there? Oh, there was like a bunch of like seaweed and starfish and stuff. But in my opinion, like my favorite part of it was that she painted a diver near the bottom of the wall. And I had this little like treasure chest thing that my brother had given me for my birthday one year, and he had painted it and stuff, and it was really cute. And it had all these little like kind of like those like the beads that they'll have for like Mardi Gras and stuff, but it had like just a ton of different colors of those in it. And so it was this treasure chest just like spilling over with those that used to sit on my floor in the direction where it looked like the diver was like discovering it, essentially. So I had a very, very interesting room. I don't remember why I started talking about this, but I think I essentially have been fairly surrounded by artsy stuff my whole life. So it's, I guess, not exactly a huge surprise that I ended up being very artistic. I also have been very lucky to have people in my life who really support art, and not everybody has that. Let me actually put this underneath. Okay. But yeah, she also had done like a cloud room for one of my brothers, and then she also wanted to do a Star Wars themed room, but never had the chance to before he was too old for it, where she was gonna like paint the walls like really dark, but she was gonna do stars all over the walls. And the one thing that she did do, wasn't the painting part of it, but she got like fishing wire and hung up a bunch of his like toy Star Wars ships from the ceiling, so they were all like floating above. And then they were not too difficult to get down, so we could still play with them and stuff. They weren't just purely decoration at that point. I mean, I couldn't reach them because I was the youngest, but she'd do stuff like that all the time, and it's fun to see that kind of carry over because, like, my brother right now, he just finished painting his son's room. Like, one wall has a castle and the other has like a mountain with a dragon flying over it, and then the other room in his house for his other son is like a race track in the country, I guess, but it has little animals driving the cars, and it's really cute. But he's the other artist in the family, so it's cute stuff. And I feel like, a lot of times people kind of grow out of the idea of having like a really fun room. And it's like, no, you don't have to grow out of having a fun room. You maybe grow out of having like, something like an ocean room unless you really like the ocean, or having a Star Wars room or whatever. But you can still have fun stuff, which is, again, why I have all the crazy colors in my room. I think it's something that is too easily given up by people, because it's such a delightful thing. And I don't really understand why people get so, like, not intense, I wouldn't say. It's not that bad, but, like, particular, I guess, about, like, well, no, this is for kids, and this is, it's too childish or whatever. It's like, well, some of it, yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't do anything fun. Anyways, I, again, don't remember why I started talking about that. Something that was really fun for me was a few years ago, my old house was up for sale. And I, just for fun, decided, like, oh, I wonder what it looks like now. So I looked at the, like, photos on the website and was delighted to see that the ocean room years later was untouched. They had still, like, everything that we painted on there was still there. And I was blown away because, like, literally it was, I'm trying to think how many years, because I think I was in junior high when we moved out of that house, and it was like only a few years ago. So I feel like, was it a whole decade? No, I don't know if it was a whole decade at least, but it was somewhere around a decade that after we moved out of that house that it was still there. So, at least somebody really appreciated it. And that just made me so happy to see that, whether it had been owned by the same person the whole time or not, that had remained. Somebody was just as charmed by it as we were making it. So that made me really happy. I hope whoever had that room, I'm assuming a child, because it, was like a classic suburban house. I just hope that they loved it. I hope that when they moved in, they were just like, whoa, this is so cool. Because that was a hard one to leave. And I'd always thought to myself, like, oh, eventually I should change it because I'll grow out of it. And then I didn't, because I was like, well, yeah, there's stuff I would like more now, but I just like it in here, So we never changed it, and apparently neither did the people who came after us. And that's fantastic. I fully expected to see a picture of my old room just a solid color. But nope, it was still ocean. That was rough because we moved from, that house with that amazing room into a rental where we couldn't paint the walls. And it was rough for me to have to be in, like, it was like a beige color my room was. And I was like, no. So what I did is I basically had the room of, like, a crazy person, because I put just so many things up on the walls, like drawings and pictures and anything to cover up as much space as possible, because I could not stand that ugly beige color. But we weren't there for long, so when we moved and I was in high school is when I did all the Alice in Wonderland stuff, and then moved back and did all the colors, because that's, I think, more representative of who I am right now, although I do still just love Alice in Wonderland. It's good stuff. It makes no sense, and I like things that make no sense in a whimsical way. Kind of like Drawfee, because they frequently make no sense. Anyways, I feel like that was one of the longest random things that I've talked about on here, without actually talking about what I'm doing. But that's fine, because you can see what I'm doing. I'm coloring, as usual. Oops. I'm wasting my own time, as usual, by coloring every little bit instead of using fills. Why do I keep doing that? Alright. But anyways, here's what we got so far. Not bad, not bad. I had done these little, like, slit thingies, I guess. Sort of to, like, not mimic, but, like, inspired by the little, like, you know, triangle bits that I don't know if they're meant to be tears or if they're just, like, little bits. I don't know. But I wanted to make that fashion. So I was like, you know what's fashion? Having unnecessary little cutout bits. So I did that. Sorry, I gotta drink my hot chocolate before it gets cold. But yeah. So. Whew, sorry, I am very tired today. I didn't sleep well and I had to get up early, which is always a wonderful time. Don't you just love that? But you know, it was worth it. It was not something I had to do, it was just to go with my mom for something. But I enjoy spending time with her. And, you know, even though I'm home a lot, and she's home, well, depending on the time of year, she's home a lot too. It's like we're both working, so we don't always get to just spend time together, just doing whatever. So it was worth getting up early, but I am exhausted and have a headache, and good times. Let's see. I think that these are all gonna be some of my favorites. Like, there's some drawings that you like draw them and then you're like, oh yeah, that was fun, whatever. And there's some that you're like, oh wow, I really liked that. And so far I've been just really enjoying all of these. So Karina is my favorite right now, because I think that hers, here, I'll hop over to it. Hers just looks so adorable right now. And hers was also the easiest to sketch out. Which is funny because I originally thought that Nathan's was going to be the easiest because I already had a plan for the outfit and everything. But then I decided to do this little shoulder pop thing with his pose, and I could not draw it for the life of me. I had to redraw his shoulder just over and over and over again. So, I mean, I was right about the fashion part of it being easy, but that pose, it looked weird for the longest time. And now I think it still looks a little weird, but only because there's no shading to it yet. And once I get to the shading, I will either prove myself right or prove myself wrong. But I'm not there yet, so I'm just gonna say that it's perfect. Until I either prove myself right or have to face my own mistakes. But that's not today. But yeah. These, I think, I'll look at later and just be like, oh, it's so good. These are like, I feel like I could sell these ones as stickers. Which is something I want to start doing soon. But I haven't done that yet because I don't have a sticker printer, and I would have to borrow my sister-in-law's, and I would rather not. I'd rather have my own printer for it. I have given away some stickers because that's different. I can like go to her house and be like, hey, can I use your printer? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And then it's like done. But I haven't sold any, and I feel like some of the things that I've drawn, obviously not all of them, would be really fun as stickers. Including these. I could also do some little, you know, the classic, like chibi style. I feel like that's always really good for stickers. I also have some stickers of my own art that she printed for me, because she really liked them, and she's like, hey, can I print some of this as stickers? And I was like, yeah, let me give you like a version without the background. And she did, and then she printed extra ones and gave them to me, and I thought that was really fun. So I have my my Baldur's Gate pinups that I did. I have 3 of them as stickers. I have Asterion, Gale, and Shadowheart. So it's pretty good. They're over on, I have a little like magnet board where I just stick things, and they're over on that. Funnily enough, I do not often actually stick stickers on things. I will like put them on stuff, but I won't like put the sticky part on stuff. I'll like stick them up with a magnet or something, you know? Because I'm like, well, what if I don't want it there forever? The only thing I've put stickers on usually is my computer, which sadly the stickers it has are getting kind of worn, so I'm gonna have to replace them, and that's tragic because I love them. They're One Piece characters. Alrighty, clothes, good, mostly good. I need to do 2 things. I need to do this little bow that I kind of turned into a belt. Didn't I? Oh, that's not above it. There. That's kind of the same color, huh? It's just a little darker. Anyways, I thought it'd be fun to turn the bow into a belt, so I did. And then I need to do the little sandals, and then I can start doing the base colors on Nathan and the like staff. Oh, and the hat, obviously, but kind of procrastinating on the hat because I kind of want to redraw it, but I haven't decided how yet. Because the thing that I like about it is that I tilted it back because I wanted to keep his hair like fluffy and fun. And I like that, but I feel like it just doesn't look quite right. My dog has run into the room huffing because she's excited because my mom is home from work. And she has to parade around and announce when people get home. So I'm very happy she didn't bark like crazy though, because that would be very on brand for her. She's a menace to society, as I have said before. Whereas I'm pretty sure, yeah, Sylvie's still just laying there. She doesn't even care. See? She has barely moved. I think she stretched out a little. And ironically, Sylvie is my mom's dog. And yet, she likes to spend time in my room and sleeps on top of me. And yet, Sasha, who's my dog, likes everybody else. So, I don't know what that's about, but that's just how they are. My dog is a brat, and I appreciate that about her. She's a good kind of brat, you know? She's like annoying, but in a very like endearing way, you know? She does crime. She likes to steal things from people. just doing a scribble for this because I can erase bits after I get that in. Okay. Oh, she just stretched out a little bit more. She does that. She like slowly expands. You know, she'll start out in a little ball and then she'll like stretch her face out, and then next she stretches her little legs out, and it'll be over the course of like an hour. She also, I'm convinced that if I didn't get up in the morning, neither would she. She would briefly get up to be fed, and then she would go back to bed and never move again. But when I do get up, she gets all excited and wags her tail and has to climb on top of me and stuff. It's very cute. She's a very cute dog, as you can see, because I mean, I've shown her to you. She's adorable. My own dog is also adorable. She's just a criminal. That's how she gets you, you know? Because you're like, oh, what a cute little dog. And then she'll come and steal something right out of your pocket. Because you don't suspect, you know? She's just there looking like a cute little thing. It's all a ruse. A ruse for crime. But no. We love her anyway. She's very sweet as well as being a criminal. They're all crimes of passion. And the passion is that she just really wanted it. So, you know, fair enough, right? She want the thing, she take the thing. No, but she'll do this really cute but also obnoxious thing where she'll take something without you noticing, and then she'll be disappointed that you didn't notice because the reason she took it is in the hopes that you'll chase her. So she'll kind of like parade around, you know? She'll like walk around with it a few times, just like holding it and chomping it until you notice that she has something that she shouldn't. And then she'll get all excited because she knows you're gonna have to like get it from her. So she's a punk. She's a good punk though. I appreciate her. She fights the power. The only problem is that the power is me. Yeah, I think this is gonna turn out really cute. I think I want to go for like, I have to pick colors very specifically because it's like cartoonified, you know? So I probably should go for like the brighter red in like the beard, because that's more cartoony, vibrant. Go all the way up. Let's see, is this the, yeah. Gotta check my layers because once again I have not labeled anything. Yeah. Oh, I had forgotten I was saying that I want to redo the hat because it's like, I like that it's tilted up because I wanted to keep his hair fluffy. Like that part, that's good. Having a little tilt so I can have these big fluffs right here. Rather than having it squished down to fit under the hat. But the problem with that is that you can't see the actual like details of the hat itself. Also, it looks a little stiff right now because I just used the like circle tool because I was being lazy. And at the time I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't need to be like, you know, I don't need to get too crazy over it. And now I'm like, no, I don't like the way it looks though. So I need to resketch it to give it a little weight, you know? But other than that, I think it'll be, like, the drawing overall will be good. And obviously I can fix that. So I probably won't do the base colors for that today, because I'll probably want to work on that off stream. But yeah. So that'll probably be the only thing on him that I don't work on today. And then, but I'll get like the rest of the base colors done, and then I'll probably work on one of the others. I don't know which one of the others, but one of the others. So. Did she? Oh, she left. She snuck out and I didn't notice her. I just realized I wasn't hearing her sleepy breath. But yeah, Doggo has left the room, which means I probably should go ahead and shut my door. I don't shut the door if the dog's already in here when I'm going to start streaming, because I want them to have the freedom to leave. But I don't like that there's more, you know, sounds from the house otherwise. So yeah, I'm gonna go shut my door real quick. Now that I can, now that Doggo is out of the way. There's a very good chance that one or both of them will return at some point, but they'll just like paw or bark at the door to tell me, hey, I want in here. Somehow not totally cool yet, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. Get that eyebrow color. Just gotta zoom way in. And the nice thing is that everybody on Drawfee is good looking. So it's very easy to draw them looking real nice, because they already do. Oops. I need to go over that bit again. And there too. Wow, I zoomed in and realized I did a really bad job. Oops. It happens. I try not to like whip around too much when I'm streaming, including like not zooming in too bad or anything. But because of that, I feel like I do worse at certain, you know, little tiny bits and stuff. So maybe I should just do it anyway. A lot more like spilling over and stuff, which would be fine if that was my style of drawing, because there's lots of artists who let the colors spill over. But that's not me. It's like sometimes, depending on like how I'm doing stuff, that's fine. Also, it's like, oops, let me tap that like that. It's like a tiny bit there. No. Okay. Now I'm just noticing tiny things. And let's go with, what color are his eyes? I gotta zoom way in. Way in. because color grabbing from the eyes for like cartoonier stuff doesn't always work when you're taking it like from realistic to cartoony. So I feel like those are like a green brown kind of thing. I don't know for sure. I never know for sure with colors, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's see if we can't find a nice, like, no, I don't like that. A little browner. No, I don't like that. Actually, maybe if I go a little browner and then, alright, I'm gonna play with this because I'm not sure where I like it. Ooh, I like that one. Again, I have no idea what color his eyes are for real. Nor do I know what layer I just put this on. Hold on. Oh, I don't want it on that layer at all. Where's the layer that I put the accessories on? I think that'd be a good layer. Let's see, I think that was it. Yeah. That can share this. Eyes are probably a little more brownish than that. This is a problem with being partly colorblind, is it's a lot of just guessing when it comes to this type of thing. But that's what they look like to me. Probably. Because for all I know, I see that color wrong too. Anyway, let's go for like this color. I think that's the same as that. Yeah, okay. Because you never want to go like, well, not never. You frequently don't want to go too bright with like the teeth, because then it stands out a little too much. So I feel like this is a good tooth, good smile. Also noticing more flaws in my drawing. Okay. Man, I'm bad at this. Apparently. There we go. Maybe. Good enough, good enough. So, I have the staff, and then that's probably all I'll do on him today. Because kind of like I was saying, I don't want to do the hat because I want to redraw the hat. So, this is like greener than I realized. Definitely seemed browner to me in the like context of the drawing. Interesting. I don't know. Colors are weird. Especially when you can't see all of them. So I was making a present for a friend of mine, and we have like a mutual friend, right? And I was crocheting little these little figures. Like I make just little tiny guys, I guess. But I was crocheting her the whole Fellowship of the Ring. And so I texted our mutual friend because I was looking at a reference photo for Pippin, and I could not for the life of me figure out what color his scarf was. And so I texted my friend just like out of the blue. I was like, hey, can you do me a favor and look at pictures of Pippin? Like just Google Pippin and tell me what color his scarf is. And she just was like on it. And within like 10 minutes, she's like, okay, so it looks brown in some photos, but in other photos it looks green. So I think you'd be good if you did like kind of a, you know, a brownish green. And I was like, cool, I'll figure out the closest color of crochet thread that I have and go for that. But it just was very funny that because she knows that I'm partly colorblind that she just like didn't question it. She's like, I got this. There's many times where I'll just be like, is this the color I think it is? Because I'm only just like the tiniest little pinch colorblind. But it's just enough that I doubt everything. Okay, let's see. So, aside from hat, base colors, done. I think, because I don't really feel like doing that right now, the flowery stuff. Or maybe I do. I don't want to. So, that means I gotta pick one of the other ones to work on. So we got Julia, we got Karina, who I need to get another reference photo for, because these have filters on them that are very purpley, so I don't have good, like, color picking options for her hair and her skin, whereas, like, the clothes I'm picking from the art over here. So I need to get other photos for that, but other than that, she's looking very, very good. And then I have Jacob. Which one do I want to do? What time is it right now? 8:20. I think I want to work on Julia. I just think that this is a lot of fun. So I may as well have fun. Especially since I'm not, like, I'm feeling a little better because I did take some Advil before I started the stream, but I still have a little bit of a headache, and I'm still kind of iffy. Yeah, I'm gonna start with her hair. I'm gonna get this lighter blonde and do some of that. So, let me see, which way am I having the light go? Yeah, okay. It'll be this way. For this style, I often will just use this brush through the entire thing, because I just enjoy it for the more cartoony look. For more like painted looking stuff, I definitely change it up a little more, not a lot more, but I'll do usually like pencil sketch, and then I'll sorry, I completely lost my train of thought because I was looking at her hair. Anyways, I'll do like a pencil sketch, and then I have a few like favorites for like paintbrushes, and I'll use those a lot. But yeah, so this though, all pretty much the same. I think so sometimes I kind of do like different levels of this, so to speak. So I think with the ones that are kind of like in between looking painted and looking cartoony, that's where I'll change it up more. But for this one, like, it's just gonna be this brush. The only thing I might do is depending on like how I decide to do certain things, is I might blend some stuff. I just haven't decided whether I want to do the shading like the more like sharp edged and distinct kind of way, or if I want to do it more kind of how I'm doing right now. Or not, sorry, that's the more sharp-edged one, is if I wanted to do it more blended. I have gotten progressively worse at talking, because I started, like, having to think, because before it was just like, la 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 la, coloring stuff in, and now it's having to actually think about how things look. Oops, I have that on erase. Okay. Sliding over. And I want to get like this darker blonde for a few little bits. Actually, I want to bring that underneath. Anyways, I like the hair will pretty much stay like this. So, like, regardless of whether I decide to do things more distinct or more blended. So I figure hair is good to start with. It's not quite looking how I want it to. That is the problem with working on this stuff when I'm feeling off. But also when I'm just like having to talk a ton. Which is part of why I don't always do painting type things on stream, is because it's like, that's gonna be even harder to have to talk and paint. Whereas this is at least simpler than that, so you know, I can talk while doing simple art. That's easy. Okay, I might have to make that a little lighter, I think. I'm gonna wait though, because it could just be that it looks weird since other stuff hasn't been touched. So I'm gonna work on other stuff, and then I'll come back around and decide if I don't like it or not. Yeah. Okay. Hair. Work on her skin. Let's see. Let's go with, gotta figure this out. Maybe like right here would be a good, let me just like scribble. Yeah, okay. Where is your skin? That's a weird thing to say. Art, where you say and think weird things, but they make sense. Oh, here it is. Okay. Add a layer. And get that going. So essentially I have like two options. Actually, let's see if this is hitting there. I was just gonna have like a whole, well, unless it's from the front. Never mind. I'm overthinking. Okay. Anyways, so get rid of that. So there's a couple ways that I can do this, and I haven't really decided which one, as I was saying before, of having it either be like sharper, which is what I'm doing now, or if I want to blend things and make it more like, not realistic, because it's still not going to look realistic. It's still a cartoon. But more, I don't know, just more rendered, I guess. But I have to decide essentially what level of effort to take with this. Here we go. Because this is easier. And sometimes it looks super good. Sometimes it's kind of iffy. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see. Because this is kind of what I have to do either way, is I have to do kind of the general shapes of what I want to be shaded. It's just that I would then go through with like the blender and do more. That's a little heavy, I think. A little bit heavier than I wanted, so let me just lighten it up a bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'm still undecided. I'll probably go back and forth a few times, but at the very least I can go ahead and start, you know, laying this part out. Okay. I think it's going pretty good. Sometimes I feel like it's just gonna look bad. And usually it doesn't, so I don't know why I get so worried over stuff. Okay, and then oops. So gotta do the shadow of the bracelets. Hold on. That's closer to what I want. Okay. Actually, I'm going to color the whole bit in. Yeah, that looks a little better to me. Okay. We have arm. Oops, my pen just got caught on my glove. Because this is how coordinated I am. You know, you'd think that being an artist, I would have really good, like, fine, you know, muscle, motor skills. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And instead, I do things like getting my pen caught on my glove. Because I'm great at this. No, I feel like that's a lot of people who they have like such skill and grace in certain areas, and then they're just like completely uncoordinated in others. You know, it's like, you know how many ballerinas are absolute klutzes, and yet they have like this superb balance and grace on stage, which will just never not be funny to me. Okay, do the shadow of the little like, what are they? Tassels? I don't know. Kinda tassels? Who knows? Who knows what these things are? The little danglies. Little danglers. I don't know. Anyway. Oh wait, I know she has like a tiny bit of, yeah. Tiny bit of leg showing. This one I feel like would be just a very, actually, no, I feel like it'd be pretty much completely covered. Okay. So, this is what the skin's gonna look like if I leave it in this format. If I decide to like blend things out, essentially, here. Actually, let me zoom in. Essentially, it's gonna be more like this, which looks, you know, good, but it's more work for me. So I don't know, maybe I should put some effort in, because it looks nice. The only thing is that there are like, part of the reason it's more work, in like an annoying way in my opinion, is because I don't just have to go around and like blend the edges like I'm doing now. It's like I have to go in and still have it where there's certain areas that are more distinct, and that can be annoying. But I don't know, it looks so much nicer doing it this way, so I should just not be lazy and do it. Especially because, you know, I'm also gonna have to add in like highlights and things, and yeah, I'll just not be lazy. It's gonna take me longer to do the stuff overall, but I might just end up doing like more work off stream instead. Now the one thing that it does help with is that if I want to, is I can be a little lazier with my lines if I do it this way. Or my lines for while I'm drawing in the colors, because it's just going to be blurred out anyway. So yeah, it looks better. It's just more effort. Why do I insist on being good at things? I should just be bad at things instead. Actually, no, I'm bad at a lot of things. That makes it sound like I'm good at things, and I'm only good at a few things, specific things. Yeah, it looks more like actual shadows instead of just lines, I guess. Let's see, how long have I been going? 8:38. Alright, so I probably won't be going for too much longer, but I do want to get like at least a little bit more done since I am feeling a lot better. So that's all the Julia colors. Well, I am going to add highlights later, but I want to get at least a little bit of everywhere done before I start doing that. So here, and go back to this. Let me get kind of the outline of the shadow that I want, and then I'll fill it in. I need to change the buttons, the shortcut buttons on this so bad, and then I never do. So that's my own fault for being lazy. Trying to think what that button used to do when I had all my settings, how I liked them. See, now I can't even remember. That's a problem. Okay. There's a little, does it show up on the stream? Yeah, it does. There's like a little line right here that's yellow, which means that somehow my computer did the thing that I hate, which is it reads my brush strokes incorrectly, and it like says that I've done this like straight line that if I did draw a straight line freehand that well, it would be insane. It just, I don't know, it thinks I'm a better artist than I am. But in a bad way, because it's like it puts these straight lines in the worst spots. So anyway, now I have to, I know it's on one of the hair layers. Well, it's probably on one of the hair layers because it's yellow, but there is other yellow in this. So let's see. Nope, it's not, because, all right, where's my little loopies? That was them, but the yellow didn't disappear. It could be tan. Be on one of the skin layers. Oh, it was skin. Okay. Ay, 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 ay. I hate when this happens. Okay, hang on. It's cold now, but it was still yummy. Okay. Got first bit of color. This I'll end up, darkening up a little more. In some places, I'll do similar stuff with her face, where I'll add some darker bits, like along here. I'll add some highlights, and then kind of just go through the whole process. But I'm getting tired. I can feel it now. It just hit me very strong. So I am gonna, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna work on these off stream a little bit. I just don't know whether that will be off stream as in tomorrow or off stream after Friday's stream, because there are some things I want to fix, some things I want to change. But yeah, this is the progress for today. Is a tiny bit of shading on Julia. Oh, I need to save it. And base colors on Nathan, except for hat, because I want to change it. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me and listening to me rant about how my room was painted as a child and seeing my dogs and all of that. I hope you'll come back again next time on Friday. And yeah, thank you for watching.